Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Yunus and today we are going to explore on Azure ExpressRoute architecture. This session is specifically for engineers and architects perceiving to design ExpressRoute connectivity for their customers. With that, let's get started. As you know, the majority or most of the traffic comes for the consumption of Azure services are over public internet. You talk about site-to-site connectivity, you talk about SD-WAN and whatnot, right? This connectivity doesn't offer a kind of reliable connectivity. So we need kind of a service that provides a reliability, high speed and low latency service. So at this point in time, Microsoft has more than 200 ExpressRoute partners worldwide that are more of a service provider that lets your customers connect to Azure. Okay. Again, there are a lot of benefits that ExpressRoutes bring onto the table. With ExpressRoute Standard, you get up to 10 Gbps, whereas the options like ExpressRoute Direct provide you up to 100 Gbps capabilities. There are services like MaxSec, which we can't go through this session, but it provides you that out-of-box traffic encryptions over connectivity pipeline. As you all aware that Azure Global spread across several regions where you have a crowd resources like compute, storage, and PaaS services like IoT and whatnot, right? However, ExpressRoute location is different. You don't directly hook into the region. Rather, you actually connect to the nearest edge location or peering location where the router from your service providers are installed. Okay, this service provider routers then connects to the Microsoft router device called Microsoft Enterprise Edge, allowing you to enter Microsoft backbone. To give an example, right, you talk about a Seattle where you have an ExpressRoute location and the nearest region is East US. So Seattle being an ExpressRoute MSEE and East US is being an Azure region. On connectivity option, the first three options are service provider model, okay, where connectivity is routed via service provider network components, whereas the last one, ExpressRoute Direct, connects you to the dedicated port at Microsoft. I'll talk more about ExpressRoute Direct in my upcoming slides. For first options, if you are co-located in a facility where the cloud exchange provider, you have an exchange provider, you can order a virtual cross connection to Microsoft Cloud through co-location provider Ethernet exchange. Okay, co-location provider can offer layer 2 cross connection or managed layer 3 cross connection between your infrastructures and co-location facility. Let's talk about first option. Okay, so if you are co-located in a facility with cloud exchange provider, you can order a cross connection to Microsoft Cloud through your co-location provider's Ethernet exchange. Okay, co-location providers can offer either layer 2 cross connection or managed layer 3 cross connection between your infrastructure in a co-location facility and Microsoft Cloud. Okay. For point-to-point Ethernet connection, again, you go for layer 2 connection or managed layer 3 connection between your site and Microsoft Cloud, depending upon what your providers offers, right? Check with your providers. On any-to-any IPVPN network, Microsoft Cloud can be interconnected to your WAN to make it more look like any other branch office, right? In this option, your WAN providers typically offer managed layer 3 connectivity. So if you look at the first three options, right, the capabilities and the features are identical across all three connectivity models. But however, right, when you talk about ExpressRoute Direct, these options let you directly connect to Microsoft's global network at peering location. ExpressRoute Direct provides dual 100 Gbps or 10 Gbps connectivity, which support active connectivity at scale. ExpressRoute Direct is more like connecting to a dedicated port within Microsoft router, although the physical connectivity being led and managed by your network service provider. Coming back to exchange route peering flavor. So when you buy an ExpressRoute circuit, right, you actually get two connections. So let's say you purchase a ER circuit of 10 Gbps. You actually get two 10 Gbps connection. Okay, you are offered with two peering options. One is Microsoft peering and one is private peering. Let's talk about Microsoft peering. So Microsoft peering is actually helps you to connect to a Microsoft SaaS services like Office 365. There are Dynamic 365, and that too all over kind of public IP address space. Whereas private peering connects to a private RFC 1918 IP address space to Azure Virtual Network, where you have the services like Azure IaaS or the PaaS services like storage account. You talk about PostgreSQL and whatnot. From the options perspective, right? If you want kind of your own 10 Gbps or 100 Gbps physical port, consider ER Direct. Okay, if you want such massive connectivity. So understanding ExpressRoute pricing is a key. Okay, so if you closely look at ExpressRoute pricing calculator on pricing portal, you will notice that the locations are grouped based on zones. Okay, so with that, right, it's very important for you to understand which zones that is applicable for you, so that you can select the appropriate pricing option for your use case scenario. ExpressRoute circuits comes in three flavors. Okay, one is local, standard, and premium. If I talk about local ER, right, local ExpressRoute circuit, it is actually meant to connect to the nearest Azure region, right? If I buy a circuit, a local circuit in Seattle, I will be able to connect to the nearest Azure region, which is East US, right? So that's kind of, I would say, good example of local ER. Okay. Not all ExpressRoute locations support local SQ. Minimum circuit size for ExpressRoute local is 1 Gbps, and very important, right? Egress traffics are included in the local SQ price, so that any data leaving Azure, it's not charged. So that's a benefit about ExpressRoute local. Coming back to standard circuit, right? It allows a connectivity within geopolitical region. For example, if I am buying a standard circuit in Seattle, let's suppose under East US region, then I should be able to connect to all region in US. You talk about West US, South Central US, East US, and whatnot, right? Standard SQ offer up to 4,000 routes that you can advertise from on-premise to Azure. Talking about premium circuit, it provides a global connectivity over Microsoft backbone to any region. So let's suppose if I buy a circuit in East US, okay, I can connect to any region globally across Azure global connectivity. So and with the premium, right, you can cross geopolitical boundary. Right. So with that, when I say geopolitical boundary, you actually connect from East to West, and then you can have a gateway sitting somewhere in Australia. Okay. And with premium, right, you get up to 10,000 route advertised from your on-premise to Azure. That's very important. It provides that massive route advertisement. Okay. So coming back to metered or unlimited options, most of the customers that I have seen are usually go for a metered plan, where they only pay for a kind of egress consumptions, what they are making, unless they are pretty much sure that circuit is utilizing a lot from the egress perspective and it's going above 70%. So all non-local kind of circuits are metered on ExpressRoute Direct. Unlimited, it's like unlimited egress data. So you need to take a decision whether or not you need metered or unlimited. Talking about virtual network gateway, it is used to link your ER, your ExpressRoute to a VNet. Depending on your requirement, right, you select appropriate gateway SQ like standard, high performance, or ultra performance, etc. Talking about availability zone SQ, it provides kind of high availability to your ExpressRoute gateway, and there are only supported AZ is available at this point in time. Uh, there are more AZ regions that are coming in future, but for now, just check which are the regions that support AZ enabled capabilities so that you can have a correct SKU for your deployment. So now let's talk about ExpressRoute checklist. Okay. So there are certain design considerations that you need to be planned well, such as your connectivity provider, ER location, regions, and many more, right? So these are the areas that you need to focus on. From the network standpoint, you need to ensure a required redundancy is available at a peering location, okay? Which is the key in ensuring the redundant BGP sessions between your MSEE and your peering router. The next important stuff is a DR consideration, which I will cover more in my use case scenario. I'll park this for now. The remaining checklists are very simple. You may pause the video and take a note of the checklist. Okay, so it's time for us to look at a different use case and reference architecture. So with that, let me start with single or multi-region. So this slide, or I would say this use case, right, represents single ExpressRoute location connecting to one or two Azure region. Okay. Starting from the bottom, you have your own router that's connected to an ExpressRoute service provider router, which then connects you to Microsoft managed router at Microsoft Enterprise Edge. Okay, which then hooks you to Microsoft backbone network. These routers forms the BGP pairing, allowing you to exchange routes between your on-premise and Azure. Okay, so ExpressRoute circuit that you purchase, right, using your Azure subscription usually sit at MSEE. Okay, that's one. The connection between your ER circuit and ER gateway is established via a connection resource represented by arrow within the circle. Okay, this is a resource that connects your ER circuit and ER gateway. Very important. Finally, the connection is terminated on ER gateway, which then allows the traffic from on-premise to enter the Azure Virtual Network and hence to the resources within Azure Virtual Network. Okay, that's all about single and multi. I just wanted to give you a kind of overview of how the flow actually works, right? Coming back to my second use case, this use case represents two ExpressRoute location or a circuit to a single Azure region. The customer actually leverage their existing on-premise to on-premise connectivity as a redundant part to Azure. And this is actually to cover the failure of ExpressRoute location itself. So chances that maybe Seattle, that's where I'm hooking my ExpressRoute, is down. So I will have one additional ER so that even if my ExpressRoute location goes down, I'm still available. Coming back to my third option, okay, which is multiple ER and multiple region. In this use case, you have two ExpressRoute location or circuit connecting to two Azure region. With this architecture, it offers full ER circuit based configuration, which allowing each on-premise location to access both Azure regions. Okay, very clear. So coming back to our fourth scenario, which is ExpressRoute global reach scenario. In this scenario, we can have two important use case. The first important use case is you can have your ExpressRoute circuit in one region, and you can extend that circuit to other geopolitical region. When I say that, I mean you can have an ExpressRoute circuit in East US, and you can connect that ExpressRoute circuit to a gateway in any region within Australia, okay, and another region, for example. The second important use case about the global reach is having your on-premises connectivity via Azure Microsoft backbone, right? So let's suppose if you have a users in on-premise 1, they can talk to users in on-premise 2 via Microsoft backbone and vice versa. coming back to the important links, I have pasted all these links in the description below. Please have a look at to have a deep understanding of ExpressRoute. So with that, we have come to an end of this session. I hope this was very informative. Thank you.